Test, test, test. Oh, let me turn that off, actually. Oh, that makes sense. Oops. Pardon me. Make sure you guys can see me, okay? Oh, the shadow is terrible. Let's see if I can fix that. Let's see if I move this over here. And the lighting's there. The lighting's not great, but if I can get it up there. Let's see here. Haha. Fixed it. Okay, pardon the shadow there, but greetings, everyone. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and give y'all some updates what's been going on with me. First things first, if you're not following uh, what I'm doing, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing right now, I'm posting on Facebook. I know it's Facebook, it's not the best, but I'm gonna go ahead and link my page there because that's just where I have the most. I have the most content right now. Uh, I really do need to get on the ball about making more YouTube videos. I've just been always kind of wary about posting on YouTube. But today's topic is about how court is a Masonic ritual, and there is, in fact, a remedy. So I was actually in court. Today's October 5th, 2021. I was actually in court yesterday, October 4th, 2021, for the case that I had been dealing with since really since last January, but that I had got arrested for in March of 2021. And following that case, which got dissolved, or at least I got removed from it, I should say, they charged me with a criminal charge for resisting arrest. And so that was what yesterday's hearing was about. It was supposed to be a trial, but then they moved it to pre-trial conference, right? And so I'm actually going to post that video also here in the comments. The court only lasted 5 minutes. It's actually kind of embarrassing for him. Now, before y'all say anything, yes, I had attempted to either clear the courtroom and have a private meeting with the judge, or take it to chambers to settle the matters. But he was not interested in doing that, so that did not end up happening. So I had to go to trial. Where did my post go? Dude, did my post get deleted? That's crazy. For some reason it's not there. Well, I'm gonna. Here we go. Yes, Travis, that's correct. So let me move this over here. Yes, Travis, that's absolutely correct. 25 people can come together as grand jury. It's called a Magna Carta grand jury. Getting 25 competent people together who know the law for the 25-man Magna Carta grand jury is the task. Yes, Travis, I did do that also. Something similar. I did something very similar to that in the previous pre-trial conference that we had. So basically, I went into court, and what I did was, is I walked in, I stood in the. If the judge were facing the entrance, I was standing in the right hand corner of the room. And if you know anything about envelopes, right, that's where the stamp goes in the top right. The top right is where the authority is. And so he was, I was standing there with a few witnesses in the top right, and he had no control over the courtroom. I actually had a certified copy of the information on the case, and I had canceled the clerk's stamp on there, making me the owner of the court in that document. I own that document, and it shifted. It like shifted the energy. I didn't submit into the case. I didn't even show him. Just doing that, there was like this air of fear. You'll be able to see that in the video. Of course, I'm a little nervous, but I've been doing it long enough to where the nervousness kind of goes away. Um, and so I told him, I said, Judge, for the judicial code of conduct, I need to know on the record. Uh, I need to know if you're going to read the charges on the record, because whoever reads the charges on the record is liable. And he didn't respond. He just kept calling out Brendan Jones real loud. They're trying to spook me. And I didn't. All I said was, I am the authorized representative and third party special intervener, non accommodating party to the name listed on the charging instrument. And he didn't respond. And he said, well, if Brendan's not here, I'm going to issue out a warrant for his arrest. I said, Judge, you can warranty anything that you own. But if you place a warranty on a man, that is evidence of slavery, and I will be reporting you to the International Crimes Unit for the FBI. And he just kept staring at the wall. You'll see it in the video. And so we just left. It was pretty crazy. My mentor John and his friend, they actually had walked in. We had brought the book with us, the Masonic Bible, and the book called Morals and Dogma, which is by Albert Pike, who is the head of the Scottish Rite Freemasonry. And all the guards and all the bailiffs were very respectful of us. Right? They were like, "How can we help you guys? How can we help you guys? Love the light." Things like that. It's pretty silly. But so, you know, after that event, it got me realizing just how ritualistic court really is. And it's a little late, and so my brain's not quite as sharp as it usually is, but if we get into the nitty-gritty, into the details of all that, we come to find out that everything is happening as a ritual in a maritime admiralty jurisdiction. We're operating in a statutory system where nobody owns anything, and everything is just a reorganization of debt under chapter 11 bankruptcy. And so, because everything's a reorganization of debt, when a case is created, right? Essentially, a trust is formed, and the trust is immediately insolvent. It's immediately insolvent. It can't pay any of its debts, and because of that, they need to find some surety that will be able to pay for the defendant's debts. And so they really just need someone to take the fall. They need someone to come in and pay for all the charges. and 97% of the time, that's the defendant. And so they have so many ways in their ritual that they try to pin you to the name. They have a certain ceremony or certain ritual that they had to perform in order to do that. And the main way they do that is through the name. They kept calling out Brendan Jones, right? All caps. Not my not my actual straw man name, which is my first, middle, last name in all caps, just the first and last. So they actually used a separate entity because they didn't want it to be bonded and attached to some negotiable instruments. They were trying to create a whole new case and then wait to sign everything and do all the paperwork till the end. All right, which is why they needed to keep going to pretrial because I wasn't contracting with them. I had submitted my, what I have for the case on my trust packet, the hold harmless and indemnity agreement. My common law copyright, a legal notice and demand, and a few other, affidavits I had written up and some supporting documents. Uh, having all this in the case and having discussed with the judge, they had no idea what to do. And so you'll see in that video I posted the link right here. It's just craziness. I had a friend who made the judge walk out of the courtroom just by not giving his name, saying I am," or something to that effect. Yeah, that happens actually more often than you think when we execute this information. Uh, while I didn't make the judge leave, the judge had to drag me out back in 2019 when I did something similar with my dad's criminal case. So, um, yeah, it's a huge ritual, right? And something I'm starting to pick up is how it's all about banking, finances, and maritime commercial trading, right? So you have the judge who's acting as the banker, you have the clerk who's acting as the bank teller, um, then you have um, the esquires, right, or the attorneys who are acting as the salespeople, and they're trying to get you to contract with them so that they can use your body or your Federal Reserve notes to collateralize their securities that they're issuing out. So Stephen Wilcox says, I have a living trust and I do my taxes online, 1099 the case online. Yes, I'm actually going through a whole administrative process now um, where I'm not just doing the 1099A, I'm going to be doing the Form 56 for myself for the straw man, then the Form 56F for the judge, and then a 3949A, the whistleblower forms, the 211 forms, the 1099A, um, and then 1099 OID, and then a 2848 form, and then FinCEN 101 suspicious activity report form, right? A CFPB complaint, because the consumer protection laws are actually really strong in these courtrooms. Um, and then a FDCPA complaint. This is the yeah, I'm definitely taking the full administrative process. You can actually do an administrative process with the SEC. I believe it's a $60 miscellaneous filing, and you can file and form your complaint there with them. Typically, I don't like the word complaint. I don't like to use complaint, but you know, if I can get remedy, I will exhaust every remedy possible. And so, he said he was going to issue out a warrant. When I told him you can warranty, I told him you can warranty what belongs to you, judge. But if you put a warranty out for a man, that is evidence of slavery. And so I just walked out, and the bailiff let me out. He opened the door and let us walk out. And so that's how they don't have any authority. And I've definitely tried my due diligence to be cordial with these people and actually, try my best to be coming in peace and coming with clean hands. And I've remained in clean hands by not contracting. But they just don't want to comply. And I think it's for a couple of reasons. One, they don't understand the knowledge. They don't actually, This is county court, so this is like the lowest court in my state, in my area, besides city court, I guess. Uh, the city courts would probably be the lowest, but county courts next. So it's low level. I got assistant district attorneys on these cases, most of them for nonviolent crimes, things like that. And I kind of doubt how much knowledge they really have. The judge knows something at least, but the rest of them, I don't think they do. I don't think they have any clue. I think it's designed that way. But once you see how ritualistic it is, and because of the lack of knowledge of these new Masons, um, when you are dealing with these Masons, now these Masons, they don't even know the full extent of the ritual or how it works. They break a lot of the rules. That's because that's just how desperate they are. Travis says, "Do you do action at law when you are the plaintiff and one of the people and establish a court of record? You have the power, and statutes and codes do not apply to you." Yes, that's correct. Yes, because the judge is actually doing business. He has a business license, right? And he has a business name. That's why his name is up there on a plaque right there on the bench, right? He has that. He's doing business. He has a business card. Um, and so does everybody else. The DA, the defense attorney, the court clerk, they have business cards. So all those statutes and codes to apply to those doing business within the jurisdictional realm of the United States and of the other state ofs, right, or the other sub corporations or municipalities, states that are a part of the United States. Something very interesting that somebody shared with me is that actually, um, the United States, the 50 incorporated states, and the U.S. citizen are all the same entity. And that really made a lot of sense. Right? It's the same entity. It's just like, you know, my finger, right? And then my hand and my arm and then my body. You know, quantitatively they're different, but as, in terms of um, these are all actually just part of my body. They're all the same entity. And as long as they're all attached, right? So all these things are attached and they're trying to get you, the living man, joinder and attached to the United States citizen so that you will in turn be joinder to this whole corporate uh what's the word? This whole corporate parasitical entity, this fictional entity that they're working with. So there is a remedy. And what I'm finding the remedy to be is in the accounting, just like what Stephen has alluded to. The 1099A, the IRS tax forms, the tax forms I previously mentioned. Uh, the GSA bonds do work. Um, I tried to use them in the previous family case, but I did a few things incorrectly. And I'm learning now what those mistakes are. So the GSA bonds do work. I have seen them work. I have proof that they work. And uh, the CFPB complaints really work well too. CFPB, no joke. What do you do with no ID? How do you function? I have a world passport, so world passport works really well. Also, you can get, if you're doing a lot of business, like here's the thing, we have to do some of this stuff under threat and duress, right? I get it that having a driver's license is like you're in contract with them, but even then they're not actually disclosing that. So no, not really. If you do the ID correctly and you reserve all your rights, meaning if you reserve all your rights, you have to be shown a contract in order to go into contract. There are no more implied contracts when you reserve your rights. So you do the signature properly, reserving your rights. Something I was suggested to do too was actually taking my driver's license and changing the address to the defense attorney's main office address. So the public defender's office that they have in the courthouse. Um, Changing my driver's license address, the business address, to that address. Um, and then I've also been told maybe it's on the state ID. I'm not quite sure, but you can also change the ID number to your social security number without dashes. So you can use the driver's license and still, but I use World Passport. It also works really well. Um, it's accepted here. I have a non-US passport card and passport. I'm here to learn more and share if possible. That's great, Steven. We really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm all about that too, man. Um, yeah, make some videos. How do I argue that taking medication or talking to a psychiatrist is against my religious beliefs or an invasion of my privacy because I have a hearing date on November 10th for disability? Well, you don't need to argue it, man. First off, it's a fact. Um, I would put it down on an affidavit for sure. Um, and I mean, you can just be very clear, in your religious beliefs or in your spiritual path, the traditional Western medicine is viewed as something dangerous, and you can prove it. Like it's not just a belief thing. You can prove that, doing drugs doesn't actually treat the problem. You know, I'm trying to use the money I'm getting from disability to treat a problem and actually correct the problem, not just not just cope. So that would be my suggestion. Put it on an affidavit. Talk about in your affidavit how the traditional, you know, taking medications or going to psychiatrists doesn't really have much benefit. Um, and also let them know that you're the original beneficiary of the Social Security Trust. And so that disability money belongs to you, and that you don't really need to be making a case as to why you deserve something which actually belongs to you. Right? So you could submit the Social Security Administration's trust indenture in as evidence. That'd be kind of cool. I'd love to see someone do that. I could tell you all kinds of things I would do in your case, but most people don't have the balls to do it. If you're willing to do it, dude, I would go down that rabbit hole, start learning about the Social Security Administration, the Social Security Act, and the trust, and how you're the original beneficiary of that trust, and that you definitely deserve way more than what disability is giving you. First of all, but there should be no question. In my trust in the security agreement, all um, uh, my security agreement, I secure all Social Security benefits, so you can do the same thing. Yeah, go for it, man. In fact, let's see if I can look something up. Um, what is this? Um, you can lock your Social Security number on E-Verify and unlock it yourself. What exactly does locking it do? Locking it and unlocking it in what respect? Like using it when you're getting like credit extensions or something, or what exactly does that mean? I don't know if I can find the Social Security. Man, I was just talking about it all day last night. I'll get a source. I'm gonna post it on here. I'm gonna get a source where you can read all the trust indentures that they have. Might be on the SEC's website. We can look up a company search. Let's do it. Social Security. Public Institution for Social Security. Public Institution for Social Security. This is in Kuwait. What is this? United States Securities and Exchange Commission, BlackRock Direct Lending Corporation. What the? Bro, y'all gotta check this out, man. This is crazy. There's all kinds of crazy stuff on here. Where can I begin to start learning about all this? Just starting out. I would recommend a few books. So I'm gonna link you guys to our Facebook page. There's a book called "Those of Us with Thick Skulls" that kind of gives you a rundown, a very basic synopsis about this whole system in general. Let me go to my Facebook page. Are you going to keep this video up so I can come back and watch it? Yeah, all the live streams you can come back and watch it for sure. The system damn near destroyed me. This is why I woke up. Yeah, they stole my fiance and my stepdaughter, bro. I know how you feel. I'm still I'm working to get them back still. That's why I'm learning this process so I can buy the case. But let me go to the files here. Let's see if I can find it. Those of us with thick skulls. For those of us with thick skulls. Let's see if it'll let me go to the post. Okay, it's in a Dropbox. Okay, I'm not exactly sure. I think this will have it. So the Facebook, yeah, you can join the group. The Facebook group is called Secured Solutions for Common Law Problems. I just linked it. Yeah, everything is taxes, Stephen. That's correct. It's all taxes. Um, it's all taxes. It's all accounting. It's all securities. I was in Iraq. I got in a severe car crash. Yeah, I would say so too, Travis. Non-compliance for medical treatment. Yeah, I would need to look at their codes on what that means. Also, like figure out what they're trying to talk about. Because I mean, if you really wanted to take this all the way, you can be like, look, the entity has to go through certain medical treatment, but I can't treat a medical entity, okay? I can only treat a man. So I don't know who you're talking about and trying to, enforce codes on. I don't know who you're referring to. Yeah, Steven, you're absolutely right. So that one, those of us with thick skulls kind of goes over the basic rundown, the whole thing. And then uh if you read a lot of the filing instructions for tax forms, that'll tell you a lot. But it's hard to read. Once you go on Tax Act, you can discharge all debts and pay yourself as fiduciary. Yes, yes, you can. By Paul Ben. Yep, it's by Paul Ben. That's right. Let's see here. I have a lot of great documents in this group. Another thing you can, if you're just starting out, uh, reading stuff on definitions, right? So Black's Law is popular. Bouvier's is popular. and then reading taking the statutes from your state and reading usually chapter 1, usually title 1 on general provisions and the rules of construction and the definitions. That'll be huge. That'll help you dissect all of them. Judson says, besides trust law, do you also use secure party? So yes. So everything is about the trust is actually is the holding entity for the all the securities and all the assets, right? And the trustee is the secured party, right? So the trustee is doing secured transactions, and then the creditor, right? The credit comes from the Social Security account attached to the legal entity on the birth certificate, right? So when you make the trust, you become the secured party, and then you start utilizing the credit of the straw man, which is now being held in trust. Yeah. So the trust law is actually just typically from equity principles, but it's a law of the land in your state of what other jurisdictions have ruled on disputes between trusts. Chase said, "Awesome, found a PDF from Google. Great, yeah, that's perfect." I also linked it right above you, Shay, so you can read there as well. Um, we have a lot of, we actually have a ton of documents here. Um, thanks, Dalton. um, I have an affidavit of accounting basics. So this will be important too. Accounting basics. So let's do this one. You can just look through that whole list, man. There's a bunch of things you can read on there. I just say start going at it. Start learning. It's really hard to say what you should and shouldn't start out with. Everyone starts in for different reasons. I started because I was trying to get my dad out of jail. That's how I started. So I studied criminal law and the Constitution. That's how I began. But then as I do, when I got engaged, I started studying family law. And then after I was battling with that case and got removed from that case, I started studying trust law. I was studying trust law before, but now I focus a lot on the trust jurisprudence. Right now, actually, in our trust classes, we hold a class every week on trusts, and we go over American jurisprudence on business trust. I create U-bots for people and show them how to use it. I have a trust template and the EIN with it. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I offer the same thing, man. Those things are awesome. I have a few different trusts. I want to get eventually where I got like 20 of them. We'll get there. Travis, I'll be real with you, man. The Social Security Administration is in complete shambles. My buddy of mine, it's been 3 months since he sent out to get a reissuing of his Social Security card, and they still haven't done it. Do you think there's any legal recourse for religious exemption to wearing masks? Yes, there absolutely is, but they're going to fight you with it tooth and nail. It used to be you could just say it, but now they're going to try to get it to where you need like a priest or, some sort of religious figure in your organization that you're a part of to sign off on it. They're going to fight you about it, man. They just want to control your behavior. It's ridiculous to me. I mean, I'm all for cleanliness, man. I get it. If I'm in an airplane, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'll wear a mask if I'm in an airplane, even before all this stuff happened, because it's freaking gross. But, uh, like, you know, it's ridiculous. They want, the way that they're trying to control people's behavior. It's obviously not about our safety and not about, um, it's not about like helping us. It's about control. I watched high frequency radio channel for a few years. Yeah, I used to watch Yusuf stuff incessantly. All the documents that he would read, I listened to all the audiobooks. Yeah, he read some great documents. I think people who work with food should have already been wearing masks. Yeah, I mean, makes sense. You have a university, right? I remember signing up, but forgot about it. So yeah, I was actually part of Zero Point University, but that actually wasn't owned by me. It was actually owned by a gentleman named Dynamo Jack Shaw, but he is actually on the run. Dude actually is he's caught multiple cases. He's got a gun charge that he's not gonna be able to get out of, and he's currently being investigated for sexually assaulting a minor. And so yeah, I'd stay away from Zero Point University, man. He's just pulling documents from other people's websites and teaching it as his own. He really don't know what he's doing. I do have a program. I don't have an official website on it or anything. Um, I do it mostly through my Facebook page, but if you want to contact me, you may do so via my Facebook profile, which I shared at the beginning of this video, or you may I usually get out my business phone number, but I get a bunch of texts of people who just like they just are asking me for stuff. I don't really know how to respond to those. So you can shoot me. Um, let's just do what would be the best way. I really think Facebook for now, man, would be the best way. So I'll share my profile one more time. That is my Facebook profile one more time. All right, sounds good, Jetson. Ministry Trust. Yeah, I don't know anything about those. I do have a foreign church organization though. Foreign church organization EIN. They are doing lockdowns because they can only stay in business for 90 days. Yes, that's right. And when they go into lockdown, they open themselves a military jurisdiction as well. Is that guy King Stavian any good? I do not know who King Stavian is. Do not know who that is. Um, what's something else I wanted to go over? It's late. Usually my brain doesn't work as fast. Oh yeah, also, I do also have a credit repair business, guys. Um, I'm getting 6K voucher to spend on education or training. That's perfect. That's really good. Mentorship is really your best investment. Um, of course, getting courses and course material, all that is great. But there's like the law library and things like that are so important. Yeah, send me a friend request, Shay, and shoot me a message. I do have a mentorship program. I do all that by donation. Um, what was I going to show you guys? Oh yeah, I do actually run a credit repair business, so that is something I wanted to share with y'all. Also, I'll do another like maybe formal announcement video. Before um, I was actually landscaping, and then when COVID, everything shut down, I uh, I started teaching people how to fix their credit. But I realized a lot of people are busy and they just didn't have the time, so I started doing it for them. And it's actually turned into a great business. The hardest part about credit repair is actually proving that you're not a fraud. And so thankfully, I'm really blessed. I have a great team. One of my team members was a former debt collector, and so he knows all the ins and outs. And so we're able to guarantee pretty much everything now. We can do anything. Um, and so we're moving that into being able to utilize our credit. You can actually build business credit separately from the social security number. So while, let's say, your personal credit is not where you want it to be, you can still build your business credit at the same time. And once the social gets to where you want it to be, you can start using it as a personal guarantee for larger business loans. Now, a lot of people object to using the social. They say if you use the social, you're invoking a benefit. If you're invoking a benefit, you're a part of their system. But at the end of the day, you're only doing so under threat, duress, and coercion because your credit and your what is actually yours is being held in an estate. And they're running around handling the affairs of your estate without your permission, without your knowledge. So hell yeah, I'm going to use that social security number. For me, my concern is not about what team I'm on. For me, my concern is what can I do to be able to serve God? Because anything can be used in the service of God. Public doesn't mix with private. Yes, that's correct. What they're not telling you is that we're not operating with any public entities. Okay, there is really no public entities. The United States is a private corporation. Each of these courtrooms is privately owned 501c3s with the judge, right? All of course, the actual companies we're dealing with, all these things. Of course, there is real no public entity though. They're moving everything to private. That's why they're moving us over to Bitcoin. They're moving us over to cryptocurrency because it'll be all private transactions at that point, right? And they're even moving bonds over to NFTs. There'll be electronics, electronic bonds. So, that's it's craziness what they're doing, but it's just a fact. So it gets kind of confusing for people because while public doesn't mix with private, it's not really clear what's public anymore. There really is no real public entity anymore. And it's all done basically on the private end. Well, that's why the IRS is getting involved in all of it because if the courts aren't supposed to be making any money, why are they selling securities inside of their own private networks, and why are they not filing the taxes? Yes, we do contract our rights away. If you use your social correctly, you don't have to waive any of your rights. Daddy Do says, I need my credit fix. All praises be to the Father in heaven. Yeah, Hare Krishna, man. All praises to God. Go ahead and send me a message on Facebook, man, and I'll help you out. I have something for you. Well, I appreciate it. I'll even sign a I must pay you $100 a month for the rest of your life because I know secrets on how to get my own island private jet, but I need a jump start first. Hey Travis, if you get it, message me on Facebook, bro. It's the easiest way for me to manage messages right now. Like it allows me to see who you are and kind of figure things out. I gave my phone number away and it's still out there. It's just I get a lot of texts of people just like, hey, I want to become a secure party creditor. And it's just I really don't want to have to go through these long conversations about like it's not like just one paperwork process that you just like hand to someone and they're done. You have to learn how to do the accounting and do all this stuff. And it's also kind of awkward because for me to take the time to teach you individually, um, I do require Federal Reserve notes for my time just because I need to use them. I have credits all day, but there are a lot of entities that don't accept credits. They only accept Federal Reserve notes. So I need those for right now. And so, I don't really like asking people for stuff like that when they're reaching out to me. I want to be able to give them information. So, that's kind of my fault. On my end, I really need to be like creating courses on this stuff. My only issue with it is it's really not like a one stop shop and something that I can just teach people and everyone can just copy this one system and it be done. It's very unique to everyone's individual. Where do we donate? If you'd like to donate, you can donate to me on Cash App here. You're talking about your trust estate birth certificate, mate? Yes, I am. So you can do that on Cash App. You can do it at Venmo. Right? If you guys want to donate to me. Okay. And then you can Zelle me. If you want to Zelle me, hit me up privately. This is my phone number, my personal number. I'd rather keep that. You got an email? I'm in Australia. Yeah. Hit me up. My personal email, man. There you go. Yeah. Um yeah, Travis, just send me a message on Facebook, bro. I'll see how I can help you out. There's one other thing I wanted to show you guys. Got stories for you. Hey man, I'm sure you do. I'm gonna be doing a formal story on what's been happening to me too at some point. J27 made I'm out of their jurisdiction. Cops pull me over and go now, but they don't tell me why. But I know I'm in the private. Yay, that's great, bro. Yeah, I actually have a DOT number for my trust, so all my vehicles operate privately now. All my automobiles, I should say. Um, so I don't, and it comes with $7,500 of insurance. So if you have a trust and you have a DUNS number, you can get a DOT number and use that to travel with instead of a state registration. So you don't need registration, don't need insurance, and don't need their state tags. You can create your own tags with the DOT number on there, and they can't even run you. The city cops and the state troopers cannot run your plates. Only the feds can run your plates, and it's you're being put down as a private non for hire automobile operator that's carrying home goods through the DOT. So that's pretty cool. All right, there's Travis. Thanks for the info on the tags. Yeah, no problem. If you need help with that, let me know. My mentor is you need an EIN. Okay, you need the EIN for the trust, and you need a Duns and Bradstreet number. You have those two things. Um, you can get the DOT number. So if you want to hit me up, um, my my partner and I, for a donation, we can either do it for you or just show you how to do it. But that's what we use. Yeah, I'm trying to do all of it right now. I got the world passport and the trust plates, so we're getting there. I filed a UCC in New York, but it's taking an eternity to get here. Everything is going super slow right now, man. The paperwork is just a drag. Something also pretty cool that we have a federal postal account. So we actually have all of we can do priority next day mail express with our federal postal account. And so the feds cover all of our mailing. So you have to get that set up. You have to get that deal set up with the postmaster in your area. Um, that's pretty awesome. We're considered private mail carriers. So now I'm just trying to figure out how to, get the bigger stuff. We're trying to go for some abandoned property, maybe help purchase some houses with an international bill of exchange or a promissory note and a money order. We're really trying to do stuff like that. But if the Masons want to put in all this ritualistic crap, then I'm gonna use it to my advantage because at the end of the day, my allegiance is to God and to those who follow God with me. Everyone else, not really concerned about. You do what you want to do, but I got a goal that I'm trying to do. I got a direction I'm trying to take. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. It's actually I've been on live for a while. Y'all, if y'all have any questions or things y'all want to ask me, please leave them here in the comments. I'll leave a few minutes to let y'all do that. Otherwise, I'm gonna start unwinding and get ready for bed here. Bro, squatters got rights, right? Right. Well, what if a car come with the house? You just need to go check the registration on the car, man. See who it's registered to. See it's been paid. You can easily make a claim on it if you can get the title. That's the important part is you need the title. Squatters have rights, but possession's 9/10 of the law, and what's the other 10th is claim. Right. So if you have title, then it's yours to use. We need to link up. I have donations, no problem. They died. Well, then you need to check if their estate's in probate or if they have a will. We need to link up. Yeah, sure, Steven. If you have Facebook, send me a message or send me a friend request. If not, I left my personal email in there. But all y'all support is very much appreciated, man. I want to start posting more content. I know I always say that, and then I get super busy and always forget. But I really am going to try. I'll either do regular live streams, talk about stuff, do some more formal videos. I want to do more about the Social Security Administration. I want to read some of these trust indentures that are on the SEC's website. It's freaking crazy how many trust indentures are in this SEC website. Crazy. All right, man. Any last minute questions? Otherwise, I'm about to hop off. I appreciate all the engagement, guys, all the likes, all the stuff's really helpful. Cool, I'm on it. Phone died. It's all right. I'll probably go live again. I'm gonna do more lives. But it's been great. I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream. The replay will be up. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hare Krishna. God bless. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna.